I want you to think about the last time you looked in the mirror and thought, something's different. Something is different. Maybe not dramatically different, but you just look at yourself and you're like, what is going on? Maybe your skin feels more fragile, your hair's not quite what it used to be, maybe it doesn't have the same oomph or the color, or maybe your body's doing something around the middle despite all the diet and exercise. And nobody has ever mentioned to you that there is a hormone explanation that is relevant to this conversation. I will never forget, it wasn't that long ago, it was probably a year and a half after my hysterectomy, partial hysterectomy. I looked in the mirror and I'm like, I don't even know who's looking back at me. Like, what is going on? Like, I woke up feeling like I looked completely different. And I actually looked in the mirror today and I told Max, I was like, man, Max, for those of you who don't know, she's my partner. Looked in the mirror and I'm like, man, there are just days where I look in the mirror and I'm like, I changed overnight and I don't even know. I can't even place my finger on what is going on. And before I knew what was going on, man, I was throwing every product at my face I could think of. Today is episode 11 of the 82 Symptoms series. Of course, I pick all these tongue twisters. I have cross-referenced 6 of the leading books on perimenopause. And today we're talking skin, hair, body comp, 10 documented symptoms in this category. All of them visible, all of them personal, all of them connected to estrogen. And all of them can start showing up in your 30s. So first, let me explain what estrogen actually does for your skin and your hair. Because once you understand this, everything makes sense. Estrogen, are you ready for this? Stimulates the production of collagen. And collagen is the structural protein that gives your skin its thickness, its elasticity, and its plumpness. And in the years around the perimenopause transition, collagen can drop by as much as 30%. That's not slow and gradual aging. That's a significant and relatively rapid change. Estrogen also keeps your skin hydrated. Did you know your skin is the largest organ in the body, or on the body, in the body, on the body? And it keeps it hydrated by supporting the production of hyaluronic acid, which I'm sure that you've seen in all these beauty things that we can put on our bodies. And it's also responsible for the natural oils as well. And guess what? When estrogen declines, these systems get what? Less support. Skin becomes drier, becomes thinner, can become more fragile feeling. Now for hair, estrogen supports follicle growth. And it helps the hair stay in the growth cycle longer. So when it fluctuates and declines, the growth phase shortens. And more follicles move into the shedding phase all at once. And the result is thinning hair. Most particularly noticeable at the crown and the temples. And, oh yeah, changes in texture. Now, talking about body composition, estrogen influences where your body stores its fat. And yes, we need fat. And yes, as we age, as women, we need more fat. During your reproductive years, estrogen tends to direct fat storage to your hips and your thighs. But as estrogen declines, that pattern is going to shift. And fat is going to accumulate preferentially around the abdomen. Not our desire, it's just what happens. And this is not, y'all, about calories in and calories out. So just fucking let that go. Right now, poof, gone. It is a hormonal redistribution that happens regardless of diet and exercise. Thank your genes. Now, there are 10 symptoms in this category. Let's walk through them. 1, skin thinning. Your skin becomes more fragile. Sources will describe it as like tissue paper-like. You can notice that it might bruise more easily. It can heal more slowly. This is the collagen story. Two. Reduced moisture retention. This is going to show up all over the body and in unexpected places like elbows, your shins, your hands, places that were never dry before. 3, itchy skin and formication, or crawling and itching sensations on the skin without any visible rash. Sometimes described as the feeling of ants or bugs under the skin. Entirely hormonal. And also entirely real, and people are often sent to a dermatologist with nothing found. 4. Next, baddie. I'm a baddie. Next is body fat redistribution. Body fat shifting from our hips and our thighs to the abdomen, regardless of diet and exercise. This is one that makes women feel like their body is not responding to anything they try. And this one hit me hard because with a background 15 years as a personal trainer, wellness coach, I was like, what the is going on with my body? This is nothing that I used to do that I would do was working. Breast changes, size, density, shape, changes in distribution of fat. Now this is worth monitoring and get regular checks, but it's also a documented perimenopause change that is not automatically cause for alarm. Lastly, nail brittleness. Oh my God, I hate this one so much. Brittleness, ridging, slow growth. I wish I could show you. I'm not going to spend the time trying to get the camera to focus, but I have ridges in my nails that are awful. And what? The growth hasn't slowed, but the ridging is insane. And estrogen supports nails. Of course it does. And nail integrity. So its decline is going to show up in your nails too. The root cause of all 10 of these symptoms is the same. It's estrogen. It is the decline of estrogen. The decline in the fluctuation of estrogen removes the hormonal support required for your skin, your hair, and your body comp that we have relied on for decades. Collagen loss starts to accelerate in your perimenopause transition. Fat distribution shifts as estrogen's influence on adipose tissue changes. Hair follicle cycling is disrupted as estrogen's support of the growth phase withdraws. And again, it's also worth mentioning the thyroid here. Thyroid dysfunction can cause thinning of hair, dry skin, and weight changes that look identical to perimenopause symptoms. Everything isn't always perimenopause out the gate. There are other ways to look and evaluate symptoms, and the thyroid is one of them. So if you're dealing with significant hair loss, if you're dealing with unexpected weight gain, if you're dealing with any of this, also have your thyroid labs checked. Ask your provider to do this. Include your TSH, your free T3, and your free T4. Tongue twisters. They're worth discussing with your provider alongside a full hormone panel. So what can you do to help? For your skin. Topical collagen support, retinoids, vitamin C serums, peptide-based skincare all have evidence behind them for supporting collagen production externally. This is not about being vain, and I will support you here. This is literally about supporting your skin barrier function, things that we haven't necessarily had to think about. It's also important what you consume, and if you have found yourself on the Chinese TikTok, oh my God, you want to learn about eating for your skin, go over there. Or just quite literally anything for your skin. They are, So, hydration, consumption of omega fatty acids, good fish, fish oils, internal hydration, dietary omega-3, skin support, moisture from the inside. What you eat matters. Estrogen therapy, systemic estrogen replacement. This has documented benefits for skin, for collagen, for skin thickness, and moisture retention. My skin is so dry. This is stuff that I've been paying close attention to. Topical estrogen has also been studied for facial skin, specifically part of the treatment options episode conversation. Now for your hair, iron and ferritin. Hair loss and thinning are strongly associated with low ferritin levels. Even when iron itself looks normal, getting your ferritin checked specifically is important if your hair is thinning significantly. Protein intake. I know. You hear a lot about protein right now in the perimenopause arena, especially if you're taking peptides. Your hair is made of protein. Your hair is made of protein. Under-eating protein in perimenopause directly affects your hair growth, your hair thickness, and muscles, but we'll get to that in another episode. So eat your protein. If you want to know the quantity of protein you should be shooting for, you can Google it. Where I'm at with peptides is 1 gram of protein per ideal pound of body weight per day. So my goal, my minimum is 160 grams. And yes, I struggle to get to that, but I try. And every day I try. Minoxidil, an over-the-counter topical treatment with evidence for female pattern hair loss. This is not a hormone treatment. It is a follicle support while you address the root cause. Biotin and collagen supplements. I have been trying all sorts of different kinds of collagen supplements lately. Consuming it as opposed to on top of your skin, over consuming it. Go do your research. There's modest evidence, it's low risk, and it's worth considering as part of a broader approach. If you want to know more about collagen, drop me a message and I'll do an episode on it. Now, when it comes to body composition, resistance training is key. What is resistance training? Lifting heavy things. With proper form, of course. The most evidence-backed intervention for maintaining muscle is resistance training. And this helps counteract the hormonal redistribution of fat. It's strategic, it's progressive. We're not talking CrossFit HIIT intensity. Unless that's your thing, it used to be my thing. Sometimes it's still my thing, but that's not what we're talking about. If you want to know what a workout routine could look like, let me know. I'll help you out. Body composition, protein. Again, most women in perimenopause are significantly under-eating protein. I can tell you, I'm somebody who intentionally tries to eat enough protein and I'm struggling. And this is going to show up in your muscle mass, your hair, and your skin simultaneously. What else is important for your body composition? Cortisol management. What does that mean? Stress management, because with elevated cortisol comes increased abdominal fat. Stress management is not optional in perimenopause if you want to mitigate the effects of fat redistribution on your body. So just so you know, the changes that you're seeing on the outside of your body are not you letting yourself go. Been there, done that, beat myself up, got the certificate, let that shit go. Need not apply here. You're not aging poorly. It's not a lack of discipline. The estrogen is losing its influence over our systems and it's been supporting you your entire adult life. So you are obviously probably relearning how to navigate this. And it's a completely different story than most of us have been telling ourselves, willing to bet. All right, so the next episode, we are going to jump into the conversation that nobody wants to have, but everybody needs to. Vaginal dryness, low libido, painful sex, and geriatrician changes, I probably said that wrong, of perimenopause that affect the quality of our lives profoundly and get whispered about if they get mentioned at all. So drop me a comment. Which of these changes have you noticed most predominantly? Hair changes, skin changes, nails, and how long before you connected it to potentially perimenopause, midlife. And here we go again. Nothing I share is medical advice. I'm a coach, I'm a holistic nutrition student, and I'm a woman living through this in real time. Do your own research. Find yourself a provider who's going to listen to you. If they don't, walk out, find another one. And as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, do your own research. And girl, if you haven't done something to love yourself today, please go do that. And if you don't know what that looks like, drop me a message and I'll help you out with that too. All my love. Until next time.